Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout we've got a Dinky Toys Austin panel van. This is what we're going to be playing with this week. Should be fairly straightforward. This is the shell one. I think there was a rally one as well, and there's a lot of code 3s out there, but this one is going to be going back to the shell. I've got the decals for it. So as you have a quick look at it going round, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers and welcome back to my old ones. Always good to see and hear from you. And there we go. Let's get it off and have a look at it then. Here we go then. Let's have a look. It's a bit mucky underneath. Might be able to read it. Dinky Toys Austin. Number... hold on. 470 or 47? 470. It's just got the one rivet there. There's a hook in the front. This tyre's knackered. Looks like it's melted. That one's on its way. Replace those. These will be 15mm smooths. Got the red hubs. We're going to keep this the same colour, red and green. I've got the stickers, decals for it to go on there, shell. We'll do some detail work on the front grille, because these front grills weren't like that, the originals. So we'll see if we can do something with them. Okay, right. I'll get the drill out and we'll get this apart. Okay, we've drilled the hole, took the rivet off, or the spigot head. Here we go. And that lifts like that. But unfortunately, I've noticed there's a little piece there on the edge of the bumper, but the piece is missing there. And this is what this hook's underneath. You're supposed to hook like so and go underneath there. So what I'm going to have to do with this one, as you can see, that slides there like that. One should hold it, one part will hold it anyway, so I'm not too fussed about that. So that's the body. Nothing special about that, it's plain and simple. The axles at the back haven't got a pin over, so they just pull out. Okay, and I won't bother with taking the front ones out. Don't normally, because they're painted, so they can go into caustic soda. They're not plastic. I'll straighten this out best I can. Straighten that out a bit. That's a bit straighter, look. There you go, that's better. So that can go into caustic soda as is. These tyres are shot. We'll pull that out anyway. That'll just crumble, yeah. That can go. This can go into caustic as well. Get rid of all that rubber, melted rubber in there. I will imagine the same with this one. Yeah. And we get rid of that. The state of it. Caustic soda time on the old Austin. Kettle's just boiled. So we'll chuck that in there. Better stick the fan on first, don't I? Excuse the noise. We'll just flip that upside down actually. Better off upside down, isn't it? go. Right, action. This is nearly empty now, so I'll use it straight out the bottle. It's nearly empty now. Got a little bit left in it. I'll have to order some more. Get it from the old off the internet. Yeah, that's coming off. Virtually off straight away. That's what we like. These old dinkies, they tend to come off pretty good. These really old ones. Look at that. That's virtually off straight away. So that's cool. We live with that. Look at that, just pulled straight off. Let's leave that there a second. I'll put some bit of water in the rinsing tray. We can put that straight in there then, can't we? No point keeping it any longer than I have to. In there. What else we got in here? Now the base bases normally take a bit longer because it's that blue in and black in or whatever they put on it. The hubs have come clean. That's pretty good. Gets all the crap out and the rust and that anyway, don't it? Yeah, I'll give that a bit longer. Right, okay. We'll get these dried off and we'll get them shined up. Right, ready, polished up. And just got methylated spirits on it, just degreased it. So I'm going to go and spray these grey, bit of primer. Okay, got the wheels on there. So that's the next stage. Get these all primed up. Okay. Let's get some masking tape down then. Painted all the back half red. And what I'm going to do, I've already done this side, just so I know I'll get it right. I need the red to go in there. Yeah. So I've just managed to get the tape in along that edge. Now, according to the pictures that I've seen, there's a green piece across the top. So that's been done. So now I'm going to show you how I did that. So it's that little crease. That's going to remain red in there, that little piece in there. Right. It's a bit fiddly trying to get it right. But we'll get it as best we can. Basically got to lay, as with most masking tape things, you've got to work it out the best way yourself in a sense, if you know what I mean. And I'm just going to lightly lay that on there. I don't want too much fold. There's not enough there, so let's bring that back a bit. See what we got there. Yeah, I think that's got it. You'll have to excuse the heavy breathing. I've noticed on the last couple of videos that this microphone on this phone don't I pick up my breathing. I'm not going to hold my breath because I'll snuff it. This must come over a bit more on that side. Just a tad. There you go, I think that's got it. Let's have a close look. You see we've got it in there now? Once you're happy with it, smooth it out with your cocktail stick, toothpick, or whatever you like to call it. So you got it about right. I've got the roof line just above there, near enough. I'll fold that underneath so I can tag that, bring that out later. So that should be good to go. So I'm not going to show you me masking all this because it's just straightforward. But that was just a bit I wanted to show you. Just along there. Seal the edges down best you can. You're never gonna, I mean, yeah, you can be lucky and get no bleed off, but I would say 9 times out of 10 you get bleed off a little bit. Nothing's ever perfect, is it? Not happy with that there. That's got it in. Right, if you see some of the originals, they got bits all over the place, missing, overspray and everything. Right, I'm going to carry on and do the rest of this, then get the green painted, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm going to paint it green, get the masking off, then lacquer it. Okay. Okay then. Right, it's all glossed up, lacquered up, and dried. Let's look at some details. Now, unfortunately, I planned on doing a bit extra detail on this. Let me show you with a toothpick. On the real ones of these, see this grating here? There was one chrome bar, missed one, another chrome bar, missed one, another chrome bar. These were chromed coming down in between, and the same this side, and these were here, but the details aren't that good, aren't that defined. They appear to be at close up like this, but when you actually look at the real model, they're not. They're a bit shabby, so unfortunately I'm not going to do it because I think it's going to look a mess. So I'm going to do what Dinky did and completely paint the grill silver, unfortunately, and that little bit there. But what I have gone and done ahead, and I've chrome penned the outer ring of the lights to simulate shiny chrome, and then I'll do the actual lamps themselves in the silver, and the bumper, the front of the bumper, not the infill, and what have you. There's no backlights predicted on here at all, so it'll be a fairly basic detail job on this. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. And we will see what we come up with. I'm hoping it's going to be all right. So let's have a look, see. Get the old brush oleum in there. Yeah, I did the chrome pen first. Give it time to dry, because it does take a while to dry this chrome pen. As if you've ever used it, you'll know what I mean. I did it on the Ford Transit and it looked quite good actually, so I'm going to try it on 1 or 2 different castings and see if it holds its own. I'm using a different paint this time because my old one's running out, as you know. and it's getting a bit gloopy. So I thought I've got this Vallejo metal colour aluminium, but it's a bit wishy-washy actually. Ain't got a lot of body to it. Ideal for spraying, but it's not doing a lot here. So dab it on, let it dry and come back to it. But you get the general idea. Look, that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to have to do these twice, I think. Just get a bit of body in them. Just get it first coat on. Give it time to dry and then come back and give it a bit more. See what it's like on here. Yeah, it's definitely going to want 2 coats. That's for sure. Which is a bit of a pain. That means you've got to hold your breath twice as much. Go into sniper mode. Right, I don't think you can see that very well, but that's the first coat on there. Just put a little dab on here. A little dab will do you. I think it's had quite a few knocks and bangs, this thing, and it's the finer details have been bashed flat. Yeah, losing it a bit there. Right, okay, that's the general idea. So I'm going to carry on and do this, and I'll show you when it's done. Okay. That's the details painted as far as we're going to go with it anyway. It's still a bit wet, so front end. Done in between there. Done a bumper. Door handles. Fuel cap. There's a little bit in there. I'm going to go paint that black next. I just wanted the paint to dry, and then black around there because that had a black number plate, and that had a little black surround around there with a group of lights in, and the handles the other side. So that's it. So I'm going to let that dry before I carry on with the black bit on there. And then, so it'll be decals time next. Next time we see it, we'll be on the decals. Decal time. Right, as we know, we've done all the detailing. I've got my micro set, just to put a bit on there. I've got some warm water in the tub. Now this is for people who are beginners, and there's a few on my channel. If you get decals, I'm going to pick it up first. If you get decals, have a look at them and see if they've been pre-cut. Some of them you have to cut out yourself, and some you don't. Now if you can see, I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but if you look closely at your decal, so I get a bit nearer, there you go, you get it. Have a look at it. Some of the sellers will tell you you've got to cut it out, and some don't. But if you look at in the light, I'm trying to catch it for you. There you go. You'll just see it there. See the line? It keeps going out of focus. Excuse me, I'll try and get it for you. You can just see it there, look. If you look carefully, that means it's pre-cut. So you can cut around these and put them in the decal in the water, and they'll come off. If they're not pre-cut, then the whole sheet will come off. You don't want to be doing that. You'll get yourself in a bit of bother. So when you get them, have a look, shine them in the light, and you'll just see. You can just see that now. Look, if I get closely, there you go. You can see it around that BP there. Okay, so we can cut that quite wide, chuck it in our water, and we'll go on from there. Now another thing I'll suggest for beginners, if you get a pair of scissors and keep them for decal work only, yeah, I have a little tray here which I use for decal stuff only, because you don't want your scissors got tape on them, and you want to keep them sharp. Yeah, these are quite nice actually. These are barber's scissors. I can't remember where I got them from. I didn't buy them, and no, they didn't nick them either. I can't remember where I got them from. We used to do a lot of house clearances a few years ago, and I think they come from there. But anyway, that's another point. So what we can do with these, we can cut these up now into manageable sized pieces, because you don't want to put too many decals in your water at one time. Otherwise, you'll lose control of the whole lot. Okay, so we'll do that. Some people will go even closer than what the outline is, but if you're just starting out, I wouldn't advise that. So I always keep a nice clean pair of sharp scissors for the decal work. I mean, they're not expensive scissors, you can get them anywhere, but that's my suggestion. Okay, so this has the big shell sign that side, the BP one there, the BP and shell on the back. That's all it has. So we'll drop that in there. This is a lacquered surface, which is always good to put decals on, stop them silvering. And what silvering is if you put a decal on a matte surface, you can definitely see the backing behind the actual logo or whatever printed on the surface. So we don't want that. So a lacquer surface for decals. Right, this is fairly warm water, so we should be good to go. Keep the others out of the way, you don't get them wet. Yeah, so just wait a little bit. Sometimes some take longer than others. This is fairly warm water, so it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. You can leave them in for a while it doesn't, I can't give you the exact time because it varies from decal sheet to decal sheet. You just got to keep your eye on it. Keep just gently touching it. See when it starts to move. You can take it out and leave it on the side because the water will still work its magic. Now she's starting to move now, so just got some movement. We'll take it out. We'll put it there the right way around. And what we'll do, we'll drop another one in. We know it won't take long to put that in there. Okay. So we should be able to get some movement now. We can pick this up. Just gently move it with your finger. That's okay. It's awkward for me in camera to do this like this. I've got to lean right over. So what I tend to do is just to get a nice pair of decent tweezers. Just slide it off. Put it on. There you go. Cocktail stick or brush, whichever you fancy. Get it in position. Try and get it straight as you can. Now there's lots of different ways of doing flattening decals out, as people say. Some people use a brush to brush it on and dab it all off. I personally prefer to use a cocktail stick. Not cocktail stick, you idiot. A cotton bud. Just gently dab off the excess water, because you don't really got it in position. You don't really want it to be floating around all over the place like an abandoned boat. So when you got it where you think you need it, just gently roll it over. Not a lot of pressure. You'll get the feel of it when you're doing it yourself. Just roll it over, and what you're doing is you're getting the air bubbles out. Okay? Because otherwise it'll look daft. You've got air bubbles in it. There you have it. Okay, so you can just see the carrier film now on the outside. Let you see it there. I could have cut that closer to the bottom of the L if I wanted to, but I didn't. So I'm just showing you this for demonstrations. Right, the other one's done now, so we'll drop more of the old micro. This one goes in the middle somewhere. We'll get that out now. If it's been in for a while, be careful how you take it out. Okay, I'll try to work this in a small space here. Just slide that along. Doing your wet fingers. Drop that on there. Roughly where you want it. Get it to dab it off. A little dab will do ya. Be careful when you're doing this. Remember, you've just done the other side. So don't be sticking your fingers around there, grabbing it like that, and then you'll be pissed off because you've moved the other decal. So bear that in mind when you're doing this. That's more like when you've got loads of decals and you think, oh God, where am I going to hold it? All right, that's that. Okay, now we get on with the back. Oh, I forgot to put these in. I should have put these in the water straight away, shouldn't I? A little bit. There we go. So we just let them soak for a minute. Yeah, so what I'm saying, decent pair of scissors and a clean pair of tweezers. Keep them separate from all the rest of your stuff, because, you know, you don't want to pick up decals and move them with filthy, painted, mucked up bloody tweezers. So I'll just wait a second or two for them to get right. And while we're doing that, we'll paint this on the back. I know some of you old hands will probably skip by this, but this is basically for newcomers, which there's quite a few these days, which is great. The more the merrier, as I see it. As long as you don't outbid me on eBay, you carry on. Right, we got movement on that one, so we take that out. That one there, and this one there. Okay, I'll move my water out of the way now. I don't need that. If I was doing this not on camera, I'd probably slide it off the decal, but I find it awkward because I'm a bit cack-handed, to be honest with you. Right, we'll stick that on there. I'll just put that just above the door hinge, otherwise it's going to encroach on the decal. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute, that slid off there. Oh, come on, you bugger. I better get that on. Wait 1 second, chaps. This little BP one slid off the backing paper on the desk. So I need to get something to lift that up with. Just get underneath it and put it back on the paper. There you go. Right, get back to this. So that's roughly in the right place. Get your cotton to butter. Roll it out. Right, now the last one. A lot better than that Hillman Hunter, wasn't it? There's not so many of these. Oh, I nearly got that bang on straight away, didn't I? Look at that. Right, and we're done. Good enough. Good enough. Just got to do something in there. Got to put a bit of paint in there. All right, there you go. Lesson over. I'm going to let it rest for a while, and then we'll get it assembled. Assembly time. Yeah, I'm not going to muck about because I took long enough showing you how to do the decals. We're all done. Everything's there. Wheels are all painted. New tyres are on. It's going to take me about 2 minutes to put this back together again. So I'm going to do this, and then we'll get it on the magic roundabout. There's only one rivet. You don't need to see that. Okay, and it'll just cut this video down by a little bit. Right, I'm going to get it assembled, and we'll get it on the magic roundabout. This is what we started with. Austin van by Dinky. Certainly play worn. couple of knackered tyres on it. This is what we started with. So now we can have a look how it ended up. Here we go then, all finished. Dinky Toys Austin van in the Shell livery, green and red. Number plates, a little bit of detailing on there. Yeah, it's quite nice, this one. Quite a simple build, nice for beginners. Excuse the turntable making a bit of rattle, I don't know what's wrong with that. I'll have to try and get inside and squirt a bit of oil or something on it. There we go. Well, I hope you like this one. And, as always, onwards and upwards to the next one. So we'll see you all, hopefully, next week. Bum, ba, da, ba. Bye for now.